welcome to my channel. My name is Kate and I make ASMR content. This is obviously a lo-fi video, just filming on my phone. Oh, you can see my shadow. Hey! I am going to be just doing a little bookshelf tour. My bookshelf is not complete. It's never really complete, but I don't even have like a top shelf. This is just what it looks like now. And I love watching bookshelf tour videos. I seek them out constantly. So if you're an ASMR creator and you have a bookshelf tour, please link it in the comments. So let's get into it quickly. This is the, I think it's called the Billy bookshelf from IKEA. I lucked out and bought it used. Actually, I got it used for free from a coworker. But I'd actually had my eye on it for a long time, and my coworker was moving and gave it to me. So it's navy blue with this like engraved handles. Probably should have done my nails before this, huh? Okay, let's open her up. This is like my pride and joy. So up top here, I have a picture of my kitties, which that's Malibu and October. And then this is a picture of me and my mama, who's now deceased. I'm sitting on a swing. I don't know why I have a red cowboy hat on, but she's kissing me. And the photo in that frame was actually at my pap's house, and I took it. This was a candle. Now it's empty. I completely used it, but the jar is like dark green and white, and so my vibes, I kept it. And then this frame is me and Haley. This was at my college graduation. Okay, I had to pause because my automatic litter box kicked on, which is so loud. So anyways, that's me and Haley at my college graduation festivities. And you guys have seen Haley in a ton of videos. And then I have this Star of David like tall candle. The only time I burn it is when I use it to melt wax to make wax seals. That's the only thing I ever use it for, but it's out there as decor. So this top shelf doesn't really have anything on it. This pile that's on there are books I currently have checked out from the library, besides the ones I'm currently reading. I have a couple books I'm currently reading, but I have A Strong Female Character by Fern Brady, The Beast Keepers by Julie Fudge Smith. Sorry about the focus on this, you guys. Here All Along, Sarah Hurwitz. The Exhibitionist by Charlotte Mendelson. I Am Not Your Final Girl by, I want to say it's Claire Holland. That's a collection of poems, I think. Unfree Speech by Bradley Smith. And The Sound of Gravel by Ruth Werner, which I'm currently listening to the audiobook. But I haven't read from the physical copy yet, but it's there in case I want to. So yeah, that's pretty much what tends to go on that top shelf, but otherwise empty. Okay, this shelf is my most favorite because it's all of my favorites. So let's start from the end here. This is A Little History of Philosophy by Nigel Warburton. That's a nonfiction text, and it's a collection of bits about every like philosopher, like the most common philosophers that are studied, and just sort of like what they're about, and like a little, almost like a little biography, but they're like short story form. I read that for a philosophy course in college and loved it. This is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, which I loved and unfortunately was so relatable to me. Three Women by Lisa Taddeo. I'm pretty sure I've talked about that on the channel. I've probably talked about a lot of these before, but this is a nonfiction. It follows three women and just sort of their journeys. Animal by Lisa Taddeo, which I'm not going to talk about all these, I guess. So Animal. Post-Traumatic by Chantal V. Johnson. I read that this year, so if you guys want to see a wrap-up of what I've read so far this year, let me know. I haven't been reading as much as I typically do, but that was my first read of the year. And then I've got the Sue Monk Kid, Secret Life of Bees, The Book of Longings. I'm pretty sure that these are two of my like favorites of all time, because I have a lot of favorites that I just don't own that are not on here, of course. Celeste Ng, Everything I Never Told You, Little Fires Everywhere. And then I've got Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. I want to own every Gillian Flynn work. I've read them all. I love them all. And Dark Places isn't even my favorite. But I really wish she would write more novels so I could read more. Then I have A Little Life, Hanya Yanagihara, very controversial. I definitely talk about this in a past video, like at length, so let me know if you're looking for that. Then I have two copies of The Great Gatsby of Scott Fitzgerald. This one's really pretty. I love it, and it's like textured. Two copies because I've had to resist buying more copies actually, just because there's so many pretty ones. My Dark Vanessa, Kate Elizabeth Russell. Robin Schneider's The Beginning of Everything. This has been one of my favorites since I was a kid. Look how well loved it is. Miss Emily Henry's Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation. I did not like Book Lovers, you guys. I had the DNF it, so I haven't read it. Is her newest one Happy Place? I don't recall. Okay, we've got some Emily St. John Mandel, Station 11 and Glass Hotel. I greatly prefer Station 11, but obviously I love all of these or they wouldn't be on this shelf. Fight Club, Chuck Palahniuk. Unfortunately, I can't tell you about it because the first rule of Fight Club is that we don't talk about Fight Club. Tender as the Flesh by Agustina Basterrica, and then Severance by Ling Ma. Then I've got The Secret History, Donna Tartt, and this beauty queen, which I found at a local vintage shop. I am a huge horror buff, and I'm a big fan of the Halloween franchise, so I found this original VHS, which I'm obsessed with. If you guys want any horror film content or more film content in general, please let me know and I'd be happy to do it. If you haven't checked out my two most recent videos where I talk about the Oscars, please do. And then I did movies I loved in 2023 video, I'm pretty sure. I have this little like giraffe vase situation, which my boyfriend got me for my birthday. I just love giraffes. And he found this at the antique shop that I love, and I think we were there once and they had giraffe figurines and I commented on how much I liked them. Okay, then this is just a shelf of books I have read that do not make it up to the favorites shelf. So we've got focus. We've got To Kill a Mockingbird, so I'm trying to like Black Like Me, of Mice and Men, John Steinbeck, The Girl on the Train, Paula Hawkins, Foe by Anne Reid. Foe. I wish I had a copy of I'm Thinking of Ending Things, because that would be on the favorite shelf, although I hated that movie. Shirley Jackson's We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I love the artwork on this one. So cool. Okay, then I've got Bunny by Mona Awad and All's Well by Mona Awad. Mona Awad's interesting because I actually very vehemently disliked Bunny, and here's also what I'll say is typically if I don't like a book I get rid of it. I donate it to the library. So there's no books that you're gonna see that I hate. The reason I kept Bunny is because that seemed like something that I could recommend and loan to someone else. Like, it wasn't for me, but I think it's very well done, if that makes sense, which is why I kept it. And then All's Well I liked a lot better. I don't prefer hardbacks, so the only hardbacks I have on this shelf are ones that I like really wanted to read, or that was all I could find, because I'm just not into the hardbacks. Then I've got Metal by Liliana D, aka Lily Whispers. miss her content. I bought this at her book launch event in Pittsburgh in 2018 maybe, and I met her. She was lovely. Taylor Adams' Hairpin Bridge, One Day in December by Josie Silver, My Heart is a Chainsaw, Stephen Graham Jones. And then I have this Poetry Masters collection. My friend Kate has a poem featured in this. AJ Finn's The Woman in the Window. I remember reading this on a plane and being really into it on the plane. Up here I've got Neil Gaiman's Coraline, The Ocean at the End of the Lane. I was really determined to love Neil Gaiman, and I just haven't liked any of his works that I've read. So, womp womp. Where the Crawdads Sing, The Push. Then I've got Chelsea Summers, A Certain Hunger, The Memory Collectors by Kim Neville, Mother-in-Law. Oh my gosh, Looking for Alaska. I've definitely had this copy since middle school. Lisa Jewell's The Family Upstairs. I really like Lisa Jewell's, and I haven't read one of hers in a while, so if you guys watching, if you have a favorite Lisa Jewell, comment down below. The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Oh my gosh, Tales of Beetle the Bard. I definitely have had this since it came out, and there's old videos of me on this channel reading passages from it, so if you're into that. Now we're missing Heart, Celeste Ng. This is actually a signed copy. Oop. Maybe. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't really enjoy it, which makes me sad because, as you noticed, oh, am I gonna be able to put this back in? As you noticed, I'll just leave it out for now. Had multiple Celeste Ngs on my favorite shelf, so I pre-ordered that, got the signed copy, and then didn't really like it, so that was a bummer. Lauren Graham's Talking as Fast as I Can, and I've read all of Lauren Graham's memoirs. And I'm going to pre-order the Kelly Bishop memoir. If you know, you know. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty, The Prettiest Star. Clara and the Sun is my most recent finished book, which again I can talk about. I can do a wrap-up video if you guys are interested in that. I've got House of Leaves, which was a journey and a half. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, these are out of order. TTYL and TTFN by Lauren Miracle. TTYL in 4th grade, and then TTFN, and then the third one is Later Gator, which I don't have a copy of, but I have owned these since then, and I've actually reread them as an adult, just like for nostalgia purposes, and I had no business reading them when I was 10, but then I've got Bridget Jones' Diary, Safe Haven. I'm not really a Nicholas Sparks girl, but I liked this one. The Outsiders, classic. Samantha Downing's My Lovely Wife, and then TJ Klune's The House in the Cerulean Sea. So on this shelf, I have this little fairy guy, which I ordered from an artist on Instagram. If you guys are interested, I can link her info below, but I've had that for a few years. And then I have a copy of the Constitution, which my boyfriend's uncle got me for Christmas. So I am finishing up law school. My boyfriend's finishing up law school, and his uncle's an attorney. This is like a little glass paperweight that says my full name. It has the scales of justice and says attorney at law. I flipped it because I don't need to share my full name. I'm not an attorney at law yet, but my best friend got me that for Christmas, which is thoughtful. This is an address book. It's so pretty. I also have all of my stamps like wedged in there. Whoa. I'm big on snail mail, you guys. And then this is my completed book journal from 2022. And I just keep it here. I don't book journal anymore because it was terribly time consuming, but I did keep up with it for an entire year. Okay. Now I have this giraffe figurine, which was also gifted to me by my boyfriend, and I love it. It's like really heavy. It's really beautiful. Okay, and then this is a Kramer Funko Pop from Seinfeld. And this I won at a White Elephant exchange, and I'm not a Funko Pop person, but I was lucky to get a Funko Pop of a character that I know and love. So there's my little Kramer. And then I have this hourglass with like black sand, and it's like a fake marble and gold. I've had this for years. And then I have this crown, which I wore for Halloween in 2022. I wore this crown, which is very heavy. I wore this crown and pajamas and slippers, and I went as a pillow princess. That is called a last minute Halloween costume. Okay. I'm like sitting on the floor now fully. This is my TBR shelf. So I've made a promise with myself to not buy any more books until there is space on the TBR shelf. So I've been pretty good. In my defense, I got a Barnes & Noble gift card for my birthday, which was in February. So what's a girl to do? And also, I do maintenance on my TBR shelf, so every year, anything that I don't have plans to read, that's been on my shelf for a really long time, I get rid of. So that's why I don't have like an excessive amount of books. Okay, Something Wicked This Way Comes, Ray Bradbury. I read Fahrenheit 451 by him and loved it. I think that's by him, right? Psychic Witch. This is a nonfiction that I've read bits of. I don't see myself ever reading this in full, but my friend Kate got it for me as a gift a couple years ago, so I probably won't ever get rid of it. The Zoologist's Guide to the Galaxy. I've got a bookmark in it. I read a chunk of it. It's nonfiction, and it's about animals and like evolution. It's a really, really dense read, but I'd like to come back to it at some point. The Silent Sister. This was also gifted to me by my very dear friend Marilyn, who said she loved it, and so she sent me a copy. I actually don't know what it's about at all, but I trust Miss Marilyn's taste. An Inventory of Losses. I bought this, as like a blind buy at my local bookstore sometime last year. Big Friendship was also gifted to me. The Body Keeps the Score I will get to when I'm no longer in school. It can just be hard to read dense nonfiction heavy stuff, since all I do all day every day is read dense nonfiction heavy stuff for school and work. The Power of Myth, Joseph Campbell. Victory Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. This is kind of the same with The Body Keeps the Score. I'm just not ready for it yet. Hunger by Roxane Gay. Maya Angelou. A Loving Faithful Animal. This was also gifted to me by a friend. Noel Chomsky. Same with the heavy stuff. Magpie Murders. Once Upon a River. Jennifer Weiner's That Summer. Okay. Priory of the Orange Tree I've had for such a chonker that, again, I want to wait until I'm done with school to I feel like this would be such a good summer read. I'll be sitting for the bar this summer, but I may try to tackle it in the evenings. Okay, these are my two new purchases from 2024. I Who Have Never Known Men and Maggie O'Farrell's The Marriage Portrait. I Who Have Never Known Men has been on my list, and then Maggie O'Farrell's The Marriage Portrait was a blind buy. So because the cover is beautiful, I'm gonna look at that. So I'm really excited. And also a book podcast that I like did an episode on The Marriage Portrait that I've been saving, so I will probably get to Marriage Portrait soon. The Labyrinth of the Spirits. Okay, Dune. I'm definitely gonna read this year, and here is why. So I'm a big Oscars girly. I'm a big film gal in a much less obnoxious way than people are film bros. But because Dune 2 came out this year, it is certainly going to be nominated for an Oscar. I did not watch the original Dune movie because I hadn't read the book yet, and I don't want to miss out anymore. So I need to read Dune this year, for sure. It will happen, so I can watch Dune 1 and Dune 2 and have full thoughts. So Exquisite Corpse was also a gift. Betty, which is also a chunker, but I'm excited to get to it. S by J.J. Abrams. I know that this is an adventure and a half. I imagine it's like a similar vibe to House of Leaves, so I need to be able to devote substantial brain power to it. Here I've got Emma, and then Pride and Prejudice. I picked up this copy at the antique store that I'm like a regular at. It's really beautiful. And then also that goes here is Little Women in the same style as this. I have started Little Women, and I got about a third of the way through it, and I won't say I DNF'd it, but I stopped reading it. I'd like to eventually finish it, just like on principle, but I don't think it's for me, which is a shame. Okay, bottom shelf here, home stretch. I've got all my puzzles here. This is my most recently, it's gonna be loud. No, my most recently acquired puzzle. My boyfriend's mom got me this for my birthday. And if you guys know me, you know that I am a huge cat person, and also that these colors match the decor in my living room. When I do puzzles that I love, I actually decoupage them and frame them and hang them up as like art pieces. So I have a couple puzzles that I've completed hanging up in my apartment, and my boyfriend's mom knows that I do that. So that is the plan for this. It's going to be hung up somewhere in my apartment once I do it. And the reason I haven't done it yet is because when I'm doing a puzzle, I can't do anything else until I finish the puzzle. So like I'll sit for hours and hours and hours and hours for like several days in a row when I have other responsibilities, and I can't do that right now. So maybe after I finish school. That's what I say that about everything, but then I got this cute little fun one. It's only a 500 piece, so I'll be able to do this one in an afternoon. I love this. I don't think this one will get hung up just because it's a little busy, but it'll probably be so much fun to do it with all the colors and everything. This is a Van Gogh puzzle. My cousin got me this a couple years ago for my birthday. I tried to build this one once. Again, he bought me this because it matches the colors of my like decor and stuff in my apartment. I got halfway through building this and then gave up at one point because I was so frustrated with all of the like swirls of color. This was really difficult, but I do eventually want to try it again and succeed. Okay, The World of Shakespeare. So this one I've actually built before, and this was a really hard puzzle because there's all these tiny details, but I really enjoyed it. I decided not to hang it up because it just wasn't like the vibe that I wanted, but I do think that one day I will do it again. Here's the full. I think one day I'll do it again. It was just a really cool concept and I really liked it. I have completed this puzzle also, this like American culture puzzle. This one I don't think I'll do again. I actually could donate this to my library, so maybe I'll do that, but for now it's just in here. And then okay, and then this was gifted to me. It's a collection. It's 3 2 500s and a 1,000 piece. I don't really like doing puzzles that are like a photo, just because like the colors and stuff, like I don't know, I don't think that it's super like it's as enjoyable as doing one that's got like a bunch of colors and stuff going on, like doing people's faces and stuff. But I'm sure I'll eventually do these and then donate them to my local library. But and I donated several to my library that I've completed in the past. But that is my bookshelf. Scoot back here. That's my bookshelf. I hope that you guys enjoyed my little bookshelf tour. Staying safe, healthy, and happy. Bye.